So, dear learners, today we will study about the core curriculum and its main features. Core is the minimum learning experiences that an individual needs for leading a satisfactory life in society. Core means mukhya, main, mukhya in Hindi, main in English. It means that is compulsorily should have. So, the core is the minimum learning experiences that an individual needs for leading a satisfactory life in society. So, to cope up in society or to adjust in the society, it is very essential that minimum learning experiences one should have. So, a core curriculum is a kind of curriculum that provides space for that particular kind of values, that particular kind of specific elements and specific kind of features that gives ultimately shape to the human life as a good person, as a good human of the society. So, it prepares him or her for living and not for making a living. It means to live in a society or to lead a good and richer life, it is very essential that each and every learner should have certain kind of values, and these values are related to this core curriculum, that without these it is not possible to become a good learner or to become a good citizen of India. It includes subject matter which may help to find solutions to problems that may have to be faced by him or her as an adult. In this curriculum, we includes that subject matter that is very essential and that provides a kind of solution to solve the problem of the life. So, this kind of core curriculum gives a direction to the learner that how to live in the society in richer and fuller way and in a kind of solutions that is needed to solve the life problems. So, core curriculum has its own importance in the life of learner because all the kind of common core is being developed with the help of core curriculum. Thus, in the early stages of life experience, core learning experiences are of more importance. As I told you that core learning experiences means that experiences that a learner receives by interacting with the curriculum content, and these experiences should be related to the students that particular domain that should be developed in order to adjust in the society and just to become a good citizen of the society. So, this core learning experiences we provide through the core curriculum, and these core curriculum experiences are of more important, as I told you that it is very important for a life of a learner, whereas in the later stages of life experience the importance of core curriculum decreases. When the person become a kind of adult and he knows what I have to do, what is right, what is wrong, what I have to do for others, what I have to do for the society, ultimately the things become balanced and he starts his life in such a way without harming anyone and only contributing for the society. In the first stage, the curriculum applied is the same for all students, which at a later stage differentiation follows. In the early stages, in the primary, in the secondary, the subjects are common for all and all the students are studying the same subjects. So, this is a core curriculum that everyone has to study it, and it is compulsory to study these subjects. Now, in later stages, differentiation follows. Differentiation follows and students are allowed to choose subjects they like best. It means after passing through 10th class or after passing through a common classes, that for that the curriculum is similar for all learners. Later stages they decide specification, what I have to select, what I have to opt, what I have to become. So, this kind of that is needed for the specification. There is optional subjects or the kind of alternative subjects are there. So, as per the interest, as per the choice, as per the wishes of the learner, he decides what he has to do in later stages. So, differentiation follows and students are allowed to choose subjects that they like best. The subjects that is of their interest, the subjects that is of most liking, and the subject that is for he is comfortable and he wants to study for further higher education, and it is a kind of a specification, he select such kind of curriculum or a kind of field that makes him able to stand in the world of occupation. It is required only at the +2 stage and above. So, at the after passing through the 10th, at the stage of +2, the students, there is diversification of so many streams, discipline, that there is commerce, there is science, biology, there is mathematics stream, there is literature, language, there is social sciences. So, whatever he wants can select it. So, that ultimately become the specification for further life or the future life. So, in the initial stage, the learner should become a human being first, and in the later stage, he or she should become a technician, scientist, engineer, doctor, artist, or expert professional in any walk of life. So, simple, very simple it is that in the initial stages, the foundation stage, that is at a primary stage, at the lower primary, upper primary, middle stage, there is, this is the foundational stage, and there this is a kind of a stage on which we build the building, that is the future life of the students. So, if the elementary stage and the in the elementary schools, if the values are inculcated in the students in the initial stages, ultimately it becomes the permanent in the personality of the students, and he will be able to follow these all in future life. So, at the primary stage, we prepare the students to learn all the subjects, because every subject has its message, a valuable message that we give to the learner, and learner decides that what he has to do in the coming life. Say for example, in a school we are preparing students for the for this kind of activities, that when an elder comes, you please stand up. If there is any kind of co-curricular activities, please come forward. So, what we are doing here? We are trying to flourishing the personality of the students, and ultimately at the initial stages when he starts to speak, in the later stages he become a good speaker. So, such kind of core values, that is very essential for future life of an adult, that we start and we initiate at the primary school. So, this kind of learning that takes place in lower primary and upper primary and till 10th class, these all related to the core values, and this is the core curriculum as a compulsory curriculum that every learner has to study it. Later on, when he entered in +2, now he is free to select the option whatever he wants to become. He may be an engineer, he may be a doctor, he may be a scientist, whatever he likes to become. So, he can select that particular field. Now, the core curriculum tries to meet the needs of every school child and helps move forward towards advanced studies if one wants to continue education beyond this stage. So, the same thing is there, that if someone wants to study for a specification, a particular specification, he can select, but in school he has to study all the subjects. Advanced studies means that further studies, that is specification. If he wants to continue the specification in particular higher education in any discipline, he can opt it. So, till class 8th we have common languages and core subjects such as mathematics, general sciences, social studies in the curriculum. So, till class 8th we have common languages that all the students has to study, and after that along with these languages he has to study mathematics, that is compulsory in the primary stage, general sciences and social studies. So, these are the compulsory subjects that a learner has to study. The National Education Policy NEP 2020 has strongly appealed to initiate curricular efforts for the promotion of national integration and the cultivation of values as enshrined in our constitution. National education policy that is based on 5 basic principles, that is equity, quality, affordability, accountability and kind of quality. So, these all principles are the basic principles of National Education Policy 2020, and these principles says that at the initial stages the students are studying in a class where all the students speaking different languages, they are following different kind of tradition at home and they have different kind of environment at home, but these diversities can be converted into one in a classroom, and we can say that this is the classroom of Indian school. So, the national education policy also promotes national integration in the schools. Ultimately, this value helps the learner to pay respect to all, irrespective of this religion, traditions, customs and languages, etc. So, National Education Policy has recommended that in the class there should be a kind of class where diversification in terms of this learner's background and girl child, boy and male, female languages and other kind of differences are also there, but overall all the students are Indian citizens and they have the feeling that we are studying here to contribute to our society and ultimately to nation. So, this kind of recommendation given by National Education Policy is really valuable and really important for us to know that the Indian classrooms, in spite of diversification is there and student diversity is there, but they all are one in a beautiful garden. So, we sometimes we compare the diversity with that of flowers that are in the garden, and as a garden gives a beautiful scenario to the viewers, similarly a classroom that is having different kind of culture, different kind of traditions, different kind of backgrounds, but all are one. So, the core curriculum also provides such kind of feelings to the learner that whatever the religion, whatever the kind of background they have, but they all are one. So, through core curriculum in primary, lower primary, upper primary stages and till 10th class, we provide the students a kind of values in terms of this national integration and also the cultivation of values as enshrined in our constitution. Our constitution gives respect to all, and we try to give such kind of education to our students also, that you are the citizen of India, and whatever you are studying here, we all are having certain kind of rights, certain kind of responsibilities, but above all we all have to perform our duties with sincerity, punctuality, and with faithfulness and a kind of truth, and that these all makes us and always give us a kind of path, that is holistic development of the child. So, this policy, National Education Policy 2020, also provide an insight in developing core values among the students at primary stage. In this regard, 10 core contents have been identified. Inclusion of these core students in curricula followed in schools in all concerns of the country has been made obligatory. So, these are history of India's freedom movement, how we did get independence, what did the struggle faced by our Indian leaders, and what did the Indian history give the message to our students, that how is important to keep all the values and all the kind of environment and all the kind of these all national efforts with us in order to keep or to restore and a kind of flourishing the independence that we have achieved after struggling a lot by our Indian leaders. So, history of India's freedom movement, we must familiarize the students through core curriculum, the different kind of struggles, the different kind of committees, commissions that were appointed to make the life of Indians richer and fuller. So, all the leaders that are from different states, that are from different kind of corner of India, what they have contributed to give a shape, give a shape to the dream of independence India. So, their contribution, their kind of works that they have done, we all considered in this history of India's freedom movement. Constitutional obligations, that what are the constitution says to us, that how you can lead a richer and fuller life along with enjoying the life by performing your duties and responsibilities. Content essential to foster national identity, that I already told, that we are having diversified classroom, students diversity is there, and NEP 2020 is saying about the inclusive education, the education that provides a kind of picture where all the students from different religion, from different states and speaking different kind of languages are sitting in one class and they are representing India. So, this kind of India is foster in national identity. We have to pay respect to all the languages, to all the states and all kind of these efforts that is being made by our educational institutions. So, always keep in mind that we all are one in spite of these diversities. India's common cultural heritage, what is Sanskriti, what is Bharatiya Sanskriti, that we must know. And what is Sanskriti reflects that our universities like Takshila, Nalanda, familiar all over the world. Students from different countries came over here to learn the culture, Indian culture, and just to see and observe that what kind of culture is there, because the students are having such valuable kind of behavior that they perform in outside. So, this kind of learning that familiarize our students with Bharatiya Sanskriti, cultural heritage, it should also be added in core curriculum to familiarize our students that the Indian culture says that we all are one in spite of this diversity, and we are following our festivals, we are enjoying our festivals, we are trying to follow all the instructions, teachings and kind of rituals that our ancestors did give us in the form of legacy. We are following these all. So, India's common cultural heritage, this is to familiarize students with these all that I told you right now. Egalitarianism, democracy and socialism. This is also the core component of the core curriculum. Then equity of the sexes, that participation of all is very essential, because we see that male child is given preference to the female child. So, it should not be in that way. Every individual, whether male or female, born by and is blessed by God, and all creatures having similar kind of talents. Sometimes they differ in their talents, in their IQ and other kind of specific features, but we should give respect to the females and we should give respect to the males both. And equity of the sexes in terms of participation of male and female both in education system is very essential, because without this we will never be able to get the success. Like a vehicle, there are four wheelers, there are four wheels that make a balance for a vehicle. Similarly, when we are having these two hands, one is male and one is female, and without making the balance, it will not be able, we will not be able to get the success in progress of country. So, equity of the sexes is very essential. Protection of the environment, that we heard and we might observe that environment is going pollute every day, and lot of health issues are there due to this pollution. Cancer, tuberculosis and other kind of eye itching and mental stress, mental anxiety, these all because we do not have fresh air. We do not have a kind of environment, the physical environment specifically, that a healthy person needs. So, why it is deteriorating? Only due to our destruction, not the construction, destruction. So, destruction of trees, cutting of trees, making buildings on the open spaces, and less number of trees that we have, because we have built the buildings on the space that we already had. So, these kind of, and using too much chemicals, that carbon fluorides and other kind of diesel and these all fuels, that motor fuels that are getting, that are providing and such kind of destruction to our environment. So, this protection of environment is very essential, and students should be familiarized with all kind of measures that is needed to protect the environment in order to make a balance in ecosystem. So, what is needed, that the student should be familiarized, and there is a compulsory subject at primary level, environmental sciences. Later on this also become a specific subjects at the +2, and in later stages there is a kind of post graduation, graduation, post graduation, and this doctorate degree in environmental sciences. So these kind of subjects that provide a kind of instructions to the student that is very essential for the life of an individual, that is protection of environment is the one component of this core curriculum. Removal of social barriers that we have, that few are having satisfactory life, but due to social barriers that girls should not be allowed to go to the school, and the girls are only keep stay in the home, such kind of social barriers or a kind of social obstacles don't give the right path for the all individual, considering this female education, and we give preferences to the male education, but it is not justice with those who are having life, and those who are having talent, and those who want to do something new in their life. So this kind of social barriers where the society is thinking like this negative approach for the women, and the society is not allowing them to go to the higher education institutions, such kind of barriers be removed, and every individual has right to go through education and has right to do something new for the society. So social barriers where the one is suffering, another is enjoying, so this kind of barriers should be removed, and everyone should be given an opportunity to flourish as per talent. Observance of a small family norm, this is also because the population of India is increasing rapidly, and we are number 2 in this sequence. So after China, so we also observe that a small family norm can help the family to lead a qualitative life. Say for example, if the kids are less, and we are having the kind of confined practices, and we have confined reproductive practices, then at least we can give the quality education to our kids, and the mother who is also working and who is also trying to do something for the society, at least can do best for their kids. So when the money is less and there are more number of children, what will happen? And the parents can't provide quality education to their parents, and the parents can't provide a good environment to the children. So therefore it is very essential that the environment of the home should be like that, that it should be a two-child norm, because at least the quality education can be provided, and we can maintain and we can balance other resources also. If the number of persons are more, number of resources are less, what will happen? There will be struggle. One who is healthy will be declared winner, one who is weak will be destroyed. So this kind of philosophy, or this kind of negative approach for the quality life be removed, and observance of a small family norm is given priority in the core curriculum of school education. Inculcation of scientific temper, that is, it is very essential that whatever you are doing, do it systematically. Whatever you are doing, try to do it in that a way that you can develop a scientific attitude. Scientific attitude means what is wrong, I should not do. What is right, I should do. I should cooperate others. I should collaborate with others, and I must pay respect to all, those who are my fellows, those who are my friends in the classroom, my peer group, parents, teachers, and others, those who are working with us in the educational institution. So, a kind of and appreciate those who are doing well and try to give a critical appraisal in that form that the modification is needed here with a kind of good sign that the work done by the person concerned is good, appreciable, but there is need to modify it. In that sense, that by paying respect and by paying a kind of regards to all. So, scientific temper means that one can give respect to the other. So, in that way when we are moving towards really what will be the scenario of that particular institution, and we will be happy that by getting the appreciation or by getting the suggestions from the elders to modify our work. So, scientific temper says that appreciation to others, respect to others, doing work in systematic manner, what is wrong, what is right, this is the decision that a person takes, and that these all qualitative decisions give a rise to move forward. Main features of core curriculum: focus on a core of a social value. The core curriculum focuses the social values which include social moral rules, beliefs, customs, traditions, cooperation, democracy, empathy, etc. Structure fixed by social problems. The second distinctive feature of the core curriculum is that the structure of the core curriculum is defined by broad social problems or by themes of social living. So, the main feature of core curriculum is that it provides a kind of development and growth to develop social skills among the learners. So, when there are social skills, we will be able to know that what is our responsibilities for others and how to live all together. Common learning: all students should have core areas. The core curriculum comprises common learning. These learning are seen as essential to everyone in society regardless of ability, social status or vocational plan. Cooperative planning of activities: the theory of core curriculum holds that all enter the core areas and learn to share a common regard for matters of social welfare. It insists with value of the individual be recognized and honored in the pursuit of common problems and common goals. Special needs provision: the core curriculum is a less rigid organization than the subject curriculum. It is not rigid. If there is needed, any kind of modification can be carried on, and it is a kind of there is flexibility in comparison to the subject curriculum, where we rigidly follow the modalities of that particular curriculum. It is hence more sensitive to the interest of individual. The structure of the core curriculum addresses the needs of the pupil. So, core curriculum always having a kind of space that fulfill the needs of the individual at early stages and in later stages also. Skills taught when needed. According to the theory of the core curriculum, learning to read, learning to write, learning to spell and learning to use arithmetic with others, think effectively or perform adequately a host of other skills should be motivated by a feeling of need on the part of the individual. Perspectives in the core curriculum. The next one is perspectives in the core curriculum. A core curriculum must also provide a cohort of courses that contribute students to achieve the following: to establish broad and multiple perspectives on the individual in relationships to the larger society and world in which he or she lives, and understand responsibilities of living in a culturally and ethnically diversified world. To encourage a capability to discuss and reflect on the individual, political, economic and social elements of life in order to be able to know how to be a responsible citizen. Acknowledge that it requires maintenance of health and wellness. We also having a space for health, mental stress and a kind of all issues that we consider in mental health and mental depression. We try to keep these all away from the students so that they can lead a healthy life. Develop the capacity to make use of knowledge about how technology and science influence their lives. So, this capacity or this kind of potential that a student has, we try to develop through this core curriculum, so that the students can learn what is technology and what is the use of technology in our life. So, it is very essential that the making a balance in the life and for the advancement of the student's life, both kind of components are here, and core curriculum always gives a kind of teaching that how can you cope up with the advancement and how can you fulfill your own original needs or the genuine needs of the individual as well as the society. Identify and express personal ethical values and acquire the ability to make aesthetic judgments using logical thinking in problem solving. Learn and comprehend the interconnections among the academic disciplines. What are the specific feature of a particular subject, but how can we connect it with the other subject also? So, this interconnections among the academic disciplines gives a kind of different kind of learning that we study in interdisciplinary approach, multidisciplinary approach also. So, this kind of learning that provides understanding interconnected with other subjects, it has also been recommended by National Education Policy 2020. So, the core curriculum having the component that gives a kind of facilitation or a kind of encouragement that to study any subject by interlinking with the other subject. So, I do hope that you could be able to understand what is core curriculum, what are the specific features of core curriculum, how the core curriculum differs from other curriculum and what is the need of that particular core curriculum specifically for the student's life. So, I do hope you have enjoyed this learning. Be happy, be healthy. Thank you very much.